Meine Damen und Herren, bitte begrüßen Sie Bernd Schneider. Mit 43 Siegen und 5 Meistertiteln der erfolgreichste DTM-Fahrer aller Zeiten und AMG-Markenbotschafter. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Bernd Schneider. With 43 victories and 5 championship titles, the most successful DTM race driver of all time and AMG brand ambassador.
Vielen Dank.
Thank you very much.
Herzlich willkommen in der Falterbach.
Welcome to Affalterbach at AMG. For 47 years, AMG has been at home in this region. In the course of the years, legendary cars were produced. I will present you a few highlights from AMG history. First, every time I see and hear the 300 SEL 6.8, it gives me the creeps. The second rank at the 24-hour race of Spa is still considered to be a sensation. In any case, it made AMG famous overnight in 1971. A small private team from Affalterbach has showed the big teams, the remaining ranks. The Hammer. With this nickname, the fans in the USA expressed their enthusiasm for this car, the 300 CE 6.0 AMG from 1988. A serious mid-class coupe with a large V8 engine and more than 300 km/h top speed. In 1988, that could not be topped. Maybe with a wide version that also made a huge impression visually. The C36 AMG in 1993 was an important milestone. It's the first common development of AMG and Daimler-Benz. I have a special relationship with this vehicle. The C36 was my first AMG company car. With 280 horsepower and 6 cylinders, it was the most powerful company car that I was able to drive until then. The SL55 AMG has been a sensation until today. In 2002, in a comparison test, it outperformed all sports car competitors. From 0 to 300 km/h, no other car was faster. This made sure that AMG finally arrived in the top sports car league. And that's why this Roadster was my personal favorite, and I afforded it for my prize money, privately. I'm also fascinated by the next vehicle. The CLK 63 Black Series is the father of all Black Series models. It is loved and coveted by fans until today, and as the first Formula One safety car, it's another milestone in AMG history. I was involved for the first time in developing the SL65 AMG Black Series. That was great fun. The test drives on Nürburgring were a challenge even for me as a professional. The Black Series is a real beast, not only in terms of its sound. With 670 horsepower in 2008, it was the most powerful AMG standard model. This Black Series Coupe was developed for use on the racetrack, and there it was most fun. With 517 horsepower, this coupe is the most powerful C-Class of all times. I can promise you so much today. The next C-Class of AMG will be at least as exciting. The SLS AMG Roadster is the perfect combination from a racer and a cruiser. A pure race super sports car with top driving performance and ride dynamics from racing sports. At the same time, it's so much fun even when you drive in a relaxed manner. The last vehicle is something very special. With 751 horsepower and 1,000 Newton-meters of torque, the SLS AMG Electric Drive is the most powerful AMG of all times. A technology carrier with features that no competitor can offer. The wheel-selective all-wheel drive is only one example for that. The electric drive, therefore, is a grenade on the racetrack with unbelievable curve speeds. And it keeps the record for the fastest laps of electric vehicles on the north bend of the Nürburgring. 7 minutes, 56 seconds. That's hammer time, hell of a time. This takes me to the end of the AMG vehicle presentation, and now please welcome Professor Thomas Weber from the management board of the Daimler AG. Ladies and gentlemen, that was roughly half a century of AMG in fast motion, presented by one of our most successful race drivers. He wrote racing sport history himself. For 20 years he's been a member of the AMG family. Thank you, Bernd Schneider, and my compliments and a great applause for you. Thank you. Have a nice evening. With this, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world premiere of the new AMG GT. Today the time has come. In Affalterbach, we will take our new AMG driving machine on the road. This shows us that in research and development, in every aspect, we're underway at full speed. What this means for the new AMG GT will be told by the boss of sports cars, Tobias Moers. But before, let me say something about the role of AMG in the Daimler Group. Fact is that our performance brand in developing the car of the future plays an important role. You may think, hold on, car of the future? Isn't that more about autonomous driving? My answer is yes, but not only. The opposite is true. We want to offer our customers all the options for individual mobility, tailored to their personal wishes. Driving a car is a major future technology. This mobility stands for a maximum of comfort and safety. This will come, and we will be a driving force in that development. Today already Mercedes offers models with partly autonomous driving functions that relieve the driver in many different situations. We also take care of driving pleasure. That happens in parallel. At AMG, this is called driving performance. This topic, in the future of the automobile, will not be ignored. Why should it? Take the horse, for example. It was not discarded once the car took over its function as a means of transportation. The opposite is true. The horse has lost nothing of its fascination, be it in sports or in the segment of leisure. I am sure about this. Horse powers will always keep their fascination, be it on 4 hoofs or on 4 wheels. The performance models of AMG have a real benefit. They do not offer great driving pleasure, they also work in very normal everyday driving. No horse can tell that of itself. And by the way, some sports cars cannot tell that themselves either. We are developing perfect solutions for mobility at Mercedes-Benz. We want to make the car cleaner, more efficient, and safer. If you wish, we want to make it ever greener. To achieve that, we use all available levers. Intelligent, lightweight construction, a more and more refined aerodynamics, and of course, optimized power transmission. We offer this in all segments in a large variety. With our high-tech combustion engines, many of our models are below 100 grams CO2 per kilometer. This is even better with our new hybrids, above all with our new S500 plug-in hybrid. A full-fledged luxury sedan with perfect comfort that emits only 65 grams of CO2. That is pure high-tech. This S-Class is the new spearhead of our hybrid portfolio. We have done pioneering work in electro cars as well. When we talk about the ElectroSmart, not only the Daimler family calls it the perfect city car, and with a B-Class electric drive, we have e-mobility for the whole family. You may ask, what does this have to do with AMG? Very simply, AMG is an integral component of our research and development activities. This means either our sports car brand benefits from standard developments as Mercedes, or AMG is at the top of progress itself. You have seen a wonderful example for that, the SLS electric drive. This super sports car combines highest environmental compatibility with an enormous potential in driving pleasure and emotional aspects. Performance at Mercedes-AMG does not only stand for maximum performance. No, the opposite is true. New AMG models are not only more powerful than the predecessors, but also more efficient. How do we combine superior performance with maximum efficiency? That is, ladies and gentlemen, the high art of engineering, and motorsports is the best training ground for that. This applies especially in today's Formula One, which also becomes ever greener. It's all the better that AMG is so deeply rooted in motorsports, because here, the technology transfer from the racetrack in series production has always been part of the company philosophy. AMG was born 47 years ago on the racetrack. The first company location was an old mill in Burgstal, right around the corner here, actually. And that you wouldn't see any more millstones there anymore could be seen at the first company sign. It said Engineering Office, Design and Test for Developing Race Engines. And that is still a program today more than ever. Mercedes-AMG in many racing series has been successful, not only in Formula One. Take our SLS GT3. In customer sports, it has won lots of prizes. The car is not only fast, but also extremely reliable. And the race drivers are fond of the great drivability. In total, our customer teams achieve excellent results, among them a triple victory at the 12 Hours of Zandvoort. Admittedly, after 172 victories and 15 championships in DTM, we could have better results, but rest assured, very soon we will be at the very top again. In Formula One, however, we have had a fantastic race. At the moment, we are number one in the team ranking and number 1 and 2 in the driver ranking. You cannot be more at the top, actually. That is due to our excellent Silver Arrow pilots that have a neck-to-neck race in every race. Okay, sometimes it's getting a little too hot, but that's part of motorsports. Anyway, we prefer race drivers that you have to slow down sometimes instead of having to show them how to speed up. And last but not least, we have the fastest car in the field with a superior high-tech Mercedes hybrid power pack. Fact is, in technological terms, Formula One and standard vehicles have never been as close together as today. All parties involved benefit from that, above all our customers. Ladies and gentlemen, motorsports, driving performance and AMG belong together, but This by itself does not make AMG that successful. AMG in the Daimler Group developed to become a high-tech production workshop for engines and complete vehicles. Many envy us for that. I am proud of this team in Affalterbach. But it is also important that AMG is integrated seamlessly in the global network of Mercedes Research and Development. In this worldwide think tank with more than 14,000 specialists, the light never goes off. AMG can access this huge know-how from design via testing towards development of software and AMG-specific connectivity features. And this also works the other way around. At Mercedes-AMG, ladies and gentlemen, everything is about performance, and how well this works is seen in the worldwide success. That is why AMG is an important economic factor for our company. Last year, Mercedes-AMG had a new sales record with 32,000 vehicles sold worldwide. And that is by far not the end. But Tobias Moers will tell you more about this in a minute. And by the way, our sports car brand also supports the brand image of Mercedes-Benz. Ladies and gentlemen, AMG and the car of the future combines many things. Efficiency and performance, speed and force of innovation, and of course, fascination. All this is combined in the main actor tonight, the new Mercedes-AMG GT. Here in Affalterbach, a sports car was produced that the way it looks can only come from Mercedes-AMG. The result will now be presented to you by a man who has accompanied our sports car brand for more than 20 years. Head of AMG, Tobias Moers. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you very much for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I would also like to welcome you in the home of Mercedes-AMG here in Affalterbach. The entire AMG team and I are very proud of our new sports car. I'm very pleased that part of it can see the presentation today. They can be seen down there. The entire team will come on Saturday. Of course, we have to celebrate sometimes, but I'm especially glad that I can welcome the company founders, Hans-Werner Aufrecht and Erhard Melcher. Nice to have you with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, driving here, you may have noticed it already. Affalterbach is not a metropolitan city. It doesn't sound like a metropolitan city. Neither does Zuffenhausen or Maranello, but the success of Mercedes-Benz AMG proves that famous brands do not have to come from New York, Paris, or London. For us, one thing is important, that customers all over the world are enthusiastic about driving performance made in Affalterbach. That is our goal, and our motivation, therefore, is performance based on passion. The strategy for that is also very clear. We do simply what we can do best, develop authentic AMG sports cars and build them. And we seem to become better and better in doing this. As Thomas Weber said, last year we have sold 32,000 AMG vehicles worldwide. That's a record result, but that was not a coincidence. Our AMG vehicles are all successful. We have widened our portfolio. Our new entry-level models are backing speeding up our growth. CLA and GLA 45 AMG are now the entry into the AMG world. With this, we also achieve and reach younger target groups. To keep pace with the high demand, we have increased our production capacity massively. We have also enlarged our offer vehicles with AMG-specific all-wheel drives for Matic and the new S models. This strategy is successful. By the mid of the year, we had already sold 23,000 AMG vehicles. And at the end of the year, we want to set up the next record and cross the 40,000 mark. The next target can also be seen already, but I will tell you about it at a different occasion. One thing is for sure, times remain exciting, and at AMG we have a great time right now. We're successful and we have further growth potentials. One thing is very clear, we do not strive for growth at any price. We are loyal to our brand motto, driving performance. That means each individual car of AMG meets this brand promise, and you can be sure that we make no compromises, and not the least as far as performance is concerned. We benefit from our clearly defined role in the group of companies. Mercedes-AMG is a mid-sized company, the sports car and performance brand of Mercedes-Benz cars. We're a mid-sized company in the true sense of the word. We look at ourselves as a team, one team, and we work with flat hierarchies. We're clearly engineer-driven, and we do more than just our job. Every day we work with passion, and that is our identity. We accept no limits, and we make dreams of AMG fans all over the world come true. In doing so, it helps us that we're linked up closely with the worldwide Daimler R&D. In the concept phase, we cooperate with our colleagues in Sindelfingen, and we can bring in our requirements at a very early stage. AMG is a central competence center for engine development. Here we have three examples. All V12 engines of Mercedes-Benz and AMG are developed and built here in Affalterbach. Our new V8 engine family will not only be installed in the GT, it will also be the basis for further AMG engines and the next V8 generation of Mercedes-Benz. And because this topic is so exciting, I want to tell you something else. Together with our Formula One colleagues in Brixworth, we're already working on the next generation of AMG four-cylinder engines. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an outlook in the near AMG future. And this takes me to the actual topic of this day. According to the motto, the car is the star. We're standing in front of a milestone in AMG history, our new Mercedes-AMG GT. Why? If you want to be taken seriously as a sports car brand, then you have to put your own car on wheels. And the new Mercedes-AMG GT is already the second model that we have developed completely independently. The result is a pure race sports car, but not a successor of the SLS. With the GT, we start in what is a completely new sports car segment for us. There are renowned competitors, also true icons, but we see this in a sportive way. And this is why we come up in this segment. Where else could we prove better as a sports car brand what competence we have? Our motto is, if you promise performance, you have to do both. You have to face the competition, and you have to want to win as a racer. Rule number one, therefore, is a true sports car has to be fast on the racetrack. We are fast on the North Bend, or in Hockenheim, or in Laguna Seca. Our car is always among the fastest in the segment. How did we achieve that? Well, basic speed has to be in the genes already. The physical requirements should be fulfilled, otherwise it will not be enough to win a prize. In the GT, therefore, we have decided to use the proven vehicle architecture of the SLS. Transaxle principle with front center engine and a double clutch, dual clutch transmission at the rear axle. Everything combined with a torque tube. This is the best solution if you want to have a sports car really fast and at the same time suitable for everyday use. Our concept ensures ideal weight distribution, 47% at the front axle, 53% at the rear axle. This gives us maximum traction, precise handling, and true driving pleasure on the racetrack and beyond. This is exactly what AMG stands for. We want to take fascination of motorsports into everyday life, because AMG customers are not Sunday drivers. They want to drive their car every day. Less weight is higher speed. This is a basic rule in sports, also in motorsports. Thanks to aluminum space frame, the new GT is everything else but a heavy weight. Decisive in the sports car is the performance weight. The strongest version, the GTS, achieves 3.08 kilograms per horsepower. So that is the best value in the segment. The body in white and the body are made up of 93% of aluminum. The front module consists of superlight magnesium. This reduces the inertia of the front axle that's important for handling. For the tailgate, we have chosen steel because this complex component will then weigh less than an aluminum construction. Is this what intelligent lightweight construction is like? Yes, if you ask me. This takes me to intelligent engine construction, our newly developed V8 bi-turbo. The 4-liter engine has two power categories, 462 horsepower in the GT and 510 horsepower in the GTS. Our V8 is the first sports car engine that combines the hot inside V with a dry sump lubrication. The installation position of the turbocharger between the cylinder banks gives us several benefits in the response and in efficiency and exhaust gas emissions. And, by the way, the installation width of the engine is reduced. One thing is clear, if the lap times of the GT are difficult to tap, then this very much applies to the fuel efficiency. Standard consumption is 9.3 liters, and that in the V8 segment is a new benchmark. And if you're concerned about the characteristic AMG V8 sound due to the turbochargers, don't worry. I can take away this concern. Our GT does not only look cool, it even sounds cool. And you will experience this live in a minute. But first let me say something about the chassis. The double wishbone axles embody best motorsports technology. The GTS provides an electronically controlled damper adjustment. This makes it easier to combine everyday practice, everyday driving and racetrack. Last but not least, this is not only about fine adjustment. With these vehicles, it is important to control the impact of the mass of the powertrain on ride dynamics, to minimize them. For us as engineers, and for me personally, that was a wonderful opportunity to combine profession and passion. Elastokinematics and engine locations are very exciting topics. But today, the result is what counts, and I think it's perfect. We have the movements of the engine in the car absolutely under our control. Ladies and gentlemen, driving performance cannot only be felt and experienced, we can also see it. Something that Gordon Wagner and his team have achieved in design speaks for itself. I will make it short. The cockpit of the GT is a reflection of our guiding motive, handcrafted by racers. It provides perfect ergonomics, from which speaks the decade-long racing sports experience of AMG, a top equipment that is combined with the latest telematics generation and an ambience that will satisfy the most demanding customers. And the exterior design, I told you already, very cool and very authentic. But see for yourself. Now,
Meine Damen und Herren,
Ladies and
herzlich
gentlemen,
willkommen, Nico Rosberg.
welcome Nico Rosberg.
Hi Nico.
Hello, Nico.
Sonntag noch in Monza auf dem Podium.
Sunday in Monza on the winner's podium. Yesterday in the Formula One plant Brackley. Today in Alfalterbach. With your full schedule book, I'm so glad that you have come here and that you present this vehicle for us. Good evening. Yes, I'm very glad to be here, and especially to drive this vehicle in here. It's a very great car. It's fun to drive it, and for me as a race driver, this is a dream car. And therefore the most important question is, when do you think that it will be possible to get it as a company car one day?
Nico, alles ist möglich.
Nico, everything's possible, but not this one. We still have two more. You don't get them, but, well, early 2015, maybe. Well, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to have you with us. We have two more GT in our exhibition lounge. I wish us all a wonderful evening, nice talks, but before, I'd like to ask three proven AMG fans to come on stage. Dieter Zetsche, Thomas Weber, and Ola Kalenius.